So you're going to get a lot of those advantages. Out-of-browser features, one of the biggest areas we upgraded is the capabilities of out-of-browser in 5. So with out-of-browser we have the sandbox and we have elevated trust. Sandbox with out-of-browser applications allows you to run an application like a desktop client on your computer using Silverlight. You can run it in sandbox mode, which is basically what you get by default. It acts like it's still inside the browser, so there's security restrictions. If you use elevated trust, and you prompt the user and let them know that this is happening, you can access like file system and things like that. Well, Silverlight 5, we're also allowing you to do some additional things, even when you're in the browser. So now you can do elevated trust features inside the browser using things like group policy. So if you wanted to load an HTML control inside the browser, that wasn't possible in Silverlight 4. You can do that with Silverlight 5. If you wanted to access the hard drive to write files to the system inside the browser, you can do that in Silverlight 5. Those are features that are there with elevated trust. It's not out of the box like that because we don't want to scare users, but you can allow those features by using elevated trust. Another feature that's brand new for out-of-browser is that you can have multiple windows. So you could open up a window, an application, and in the keynote, we showed a demo that the company Synergy wrote. Basically, it's a health application where they have a screen running out of browser, and in it they have some patient information. And the guy literally drags the window off of the patient screen, off the tab, and it creates a new window. So you can have 2 separate windows, or 3 or 4 separate windows now, all in the same Silverlight application. In Silverlight 4 and prior versions, everything inside the Silverlight application is inside of one window. Now you can have multiple windows that all communicate with each other, all as part of the same application. And then another nice feature too is we've had a lot of response about being able to access COM through the Automation Factory API when running on a browser. So you can run like Office and Word. Now you can also do things like pinvoke. So if you want to invoke something that's a Windows 32 API using pinvoke, you'll be able to do that with Silverlight 5 with elevated trust. So we're getting to do a lot more, and a lot of limitations have been taken off of what you could do with Silverlight when you're running with elevated trust. Excuse me. Performance is faster at startup, and honestly, my general feeling of performance over the years of doing this for 15, 20 years is that every time someone says performance is better, it very likely is, and it is in this case, but you're not going to notice a performance on the demo apps that I show or the little applications that we see out there. You're going to notice them in the large-scale applications. So we've taken a lot of the applications that our customers have written, which are multiple screens, hundreds of screens or thousands in some cases, very, very large apps, and ran them through the test and perf tools. We found things that we could do to speed up